Hi, we are in the world. Every day we are using the mobile phone, we are dependent on it. We need to clarify few basic concepts. A lot of people think like our phone is connected to the satellites. Our satellite is the one. Whenever in a cloud it happens, it impacts. But ideally, that's not the truth. Even many technical people are just having misconceptions. Here, this is a video only for information purpose. So this is the dumb towers we see everywhere. These are the one actually real players of this world currently. Let me go through it. What we see our phone, it is never connected to satellite for normal usage. 99% of the phones in the all over the world, it is never connected to satellite for interactions. It connects, yes, definitely. That is for different purpose. That is GPS. I'll come to that in the later point. You always 99.5% of all over the world connects to local towers, and phone is capable of doing only that much, not beyond that. If you still think like if you have a satellite phone, maybe very few people having in the world, for every message, just a simple hi, whatever it is, it takes too much of time. You can think like here the slowest performance in the normal satellite is less than 90 milliseconds. It means out of 1 second, 10% of not even time, it is 90% is the max case. But in terms of satellite, each and everything it takes nearly 200 milliseconds. Because just think, satellite sits around nearly 22,000 miles. It means nearly 36,000 kilometers. Okay, the satellites, it is very nearest. Probably used to be within kilometers range from our place. It used to be in all the urban stations. In a village or rural areas, it is little. So that's why it is very easy to go ahead. But still, many things like we are in the wireless world, all those things. You can see the battery performance, each and everything. Okay, I'll come to this. This is a totally invisible world, invisible web, I can say. How mobile network works actually. This is a very important topic. Everybody should know, especially we are in the world of network, all those these technology words. Let me go through the topics. What are the chapters I'm trying to cover up is this is at very basic level, not like for a degree or graduation purpose. This is a very normal process at a very basic level I'm trying to explain. When we have a mobile to tower, how the connection it happens, or then when we make a phone call, how it works, or whenever I hit in my mobile, Facebook.com, YouTube.com, or any URL, WhatsApp chat, each and everything, just with a very basic example I'm trying to explain, not with very high level. And then whenever our phone is connected with satellites, is it that really? No, that is never, we never use the satellite for 99.5% of all the phones. It never. But still, we are dependent on satellites for the sake of GPS. I'll just give you the example how it is. And whenever you are able to buy a new phone, new mobile phone or something, many things like if I take it somewhere in the one country of the world, USA, China, anything, is it works in India? Many say no, it doesn't work. But no, it's not like a one-liner statement. It's difficult to say. I'll just explain you the example. And all over the world, everyone remember we have some emergency numbers 112 or 911. These are the emergency numbers all over the world. 99%, no, 100% it is available. It works in all the devices, not 99, 100%. Either of this number, 112 or 911. Okay, it's very simple. Let's go to the concept. This is a one example of a satellite phone. Okay, it's kind of, it looks like a very tidy or complex phone. All those things. It is able to reach to nearly 35,000 kilometers. Such a great capacity phone. Just think of that battery and capacity. All those things. Do you think that is possible in our normal simple phones? That is, we pay for 5,000 or 10,000 rupees phone, or even 500 rupees we get a phone. Okay, that's all not true. This is satellite phone. Just keep it away. Don't trust all those things. Let me go through it. You just take it example like how these in our surrounding it works. Each and everything in our surrounding is covered by towers. We go everywhere. Lot of towers will be there. Whenever we are trying to make a phone call, it always connects to the tower. Okay, from the tower only it reaches to it respective other backbone or other towers. Let's say I'm in a place, something for example, not like any famous city, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi. No, let's say I'm in a small rural area. Let's assume here I'm near to the tower. When I make a phone call, it goes to the tower. and from the tower it receives my calls. I will explain you in detail. So it receives the call here, and then from here it connects to the other tower, whichever is probably next to my place. Let's say I'm in Shimoga, for example. It connects to next to Chikmagalur, Akkadur, then Bangalore. Then from there data center, the other connection it happens. Let's say here example. Whenever I make a phone call, it goes to my phone. For example, mine is Airtel tower. Okay, it reaches here. From here, it just goes to one after the other tower. Then it's called an exchange server. You can just think of it like. And then from here, it connects to the Geo or BSNL, whatever it is. And there, then other user, it connects and connects back, reply back. This is how the each and every flow happens. This is the flow of all the networking. This is what 99.5% everything, all the world works in terms of this physical world only. Nothing like wireless. The wireless is only in between tower to you or tower to the opposite user too. That's it. Okay, let me give you one best example. Let's say my number is this one 98450. Mine is Airtel. This is another Geo number, for example. Whenever I make a phone call, you can read it slowly later. I'll just explain you quickly. Whenever I dial a number in my phone, it just what it makes is my phone converts it into the numbers into a analog signal. Maybe it's a little technical. Don't worry. It converts into some signal and it sends it to the tower. Once tower receives it, so server tower it passes to its centralized data center. For example, I'm calling from a rural place. Still, it connects to one after the other tower, and then reaches the data center wherever it is, and it checks is it my number is active or not. Because my number may be dead. It says old SIM card, so it will check each and everything. Then it checks is I am a allowed user to connect in India because the same number may be SIM card may be from different country. So that's why. Or maybe some hacker is trying to connect to the Airtel tower. That could also possible. So it checks for that and balance and is I'm allowed to call to others because even though I have balance, maybe my validity is expired. So that kind of multiple things. And is my number is in the blocker list. All those it checks. Then it checks for the okay, all good. Then it checks for the target number, whatever is that number entered. So within this stage, sometimes if I don't have balance, it says, hey, you don't have sufficient balance, please recharge. At the step 4 itself returns. You're not allowed to call. Let's say due to some reason, it is my number is blocked. Then it says that number, or my number is in the block list. It says this number is your number is in not allowed to call. Please contact customer care. Some different reasons like that. If all are good, then it goes to the step 5. It checks for a target number. As that number is not in Airtel index because that is not Airtel number. What it does, then it goes for the looking for that number globally. Globally in the sense not all over the world in terms of India. So India we are having this telephone regulatory authority of India, all these things, TROI and all. In that index it checks where is this number because we are having the prefix of this 91 plus 91 that is the Indian code of prefixing. So it checks and Troy returns back, okay, this is a Geo number. Then it tries to connect to Geo data center. Then again in the opposite flow starts. In the Geo, it starts checking. Is it this number is valid? Is this number allowed to get it? They get the call from this number, spam, all those things. If everything is good, then it starts looking where is this number right now active? Because the caller I may be in somewhere in South India, the opposite number maybe is in somewhere in North India, some Kashmir or Himalaya, anywhere it could be. So it checks and it tries to see that tower, whichever tower it belongs to. If the tower is not reachable, then it says the calling number is not reachable. Step number 9, it fails and returns back to the user. Okay. So all this flow, and then if everything is good, it connects to the tower, and then starts phone ringing. If everything is good, if phone is active, then only he can say, "Hi, we are connected." Here, each and everything this happens when you make a simple phone call in your phone. If you dial number, always this executes. There is no exclusion for this. Okay, this is what you should remember. This whenever you are making a phone call, this whole step happens, no doubt. And here, with apart from this, the conversion of signal, all those things, tower, everything it matters. Okay, that is why this tower concept, exchanging building server, this MSC is there, right? That is where this number, step 7, L66, step 6, all these things happens. Then, whenever you, I don't want to explain this much. This is a little next concept of technology, like DNS mapping, all these things. Whenever in your mobile you hit a Facebook.com or YouTube.com, what happens is from our tower it reaches and tower to the whatever is the nearest data center of, let's say mine is Airtel for example. It reaches to Airtel data center, and then from there it starts looking, hey, I am getting a request as this one, Facebook.com. Where is this? And it starts interacting with that one based upon my GPS location. Because when I say Facebook.com or Amazon.com, for example, my response is not Amazon.com by default. Usually it will be Amazon.in. I mean to say, based upon our location, the response will be back. So that's why the location matters. How that location works, I'll just explain you in the next. Okay. Till now, nowhere we are connected with satellites. Okay. That must be the clear fact. So each and every packets of data, it runs through the flow, and each and every moment, whenever you are interacting with Facebook, YouTube, or anything, each and every moment it checks who you are. Is you are authenticated? I mean, is you logged in or not? Is you signed in or not? At any point of time, your account is expired or your account is logged out. It gives you differently. So it always keep tracking who you are. You never think like you are disconnected. Okay, we are connected over the wire or wireless. That's a different point, but truly it is wire only. But this is what happens. This is not just within one country. This is across the globe, from India to US. Because Facebook, I might be reaching some server, so that server is not in India, for example. It may be in USA. Let's say I'm hitting a one USA Prime Minister website, Trump.com. Then whenever I do that, it connects to my local tower, and tower to the data center to under the sea. It tries to connect to the next station, whichever is in US. This is the this all happens within a bit moment of blinking of eyes. That much only I can say. So how that happens, that networking, routing, the indexing is the major player here. Okay. Now now coming back to this networking stuff. So whatever we see all over the world, you go anywhere almost except the village areas, I mean rural areas, you will see the road digging for this network, because this is the only way to connect the world over the wire. It means fiber optic fiber. This is the biggest invention of physics. That is a gift of physics, an invention of physics, whatever you see. The speed of this over the optic fiber is like unimaginable. That much speed it goes. Okay. So still we have in some area, rural areas and all, we can't install the cables in that area. Let's say it's not like for the users still it is tower to user is a wireless only, no doubt. But one tower to other tower we can't connect. If you just visit some of the Indian area, maybe for example I will try to show you uh, some, like, just a moment, maybe uh, this is the, let's say in India we have this 5G, 2G network areas, for example. Okay, so here in this area, I'll just try to show you maybe where I am. You can see here this white kind of area is there, right? This is not covered by any network. Even in Karnataka, this is the area. So this is a deep forest areas. Okay, here no network is reaching. Okay. So in that place, what happens is, let's imagine here they are about to install a new tower. So, but they can't make complete forest area road digging and all. So what they do is they will install one tower at somewhere at the forest area as a physical extension. From this place to opposite another hill, they will make a another tower by facing it, physically facing it one to other. That is called, maybe you can take it as a microwave. This is a microwave backhaul. Okay, microwave means one to other tower over this signal. It will be connecting in between one tower to other tower. That is the main reason for that. Even though you might see these things in the normal towers in the city area also, that purpose is different. But in the rural area, its purpose is different. Okay, in that rural area, because one tower to other tower is not connected over the cable, that is the reason this is only connected over the true wireless. Across the globe, if you see the towers, I can see max to 2%. Maximum out of 100%, 2% is the this kind of towers. Max. But nowadays, even that is reducing to, I got the recent index says it is less than 1%. That is the fact. Even in the sea, under the sea or over the sea also there are many are installing. Okay, for this tower I'm talking about the microwave towers. Okay, now this you understand. Now you might think like the police device, all those things, how they connected. Is they also go with these towers only? No. Here there is a differentiation. There are two things: is they will be having the additional dedicated servers. I mean, sorry, towers like police walkie-talkie, all those things. If one police person says, "Hey, hi, I'm this guy," there is an accident happened here. All of the servers, sorry, all of the device subscribers of this device, they will be listening to this. So that's how it's a duplex, off duplex, many concept it comes. But that is they are having separate towers and separate servers for that maintaining. Okay, so that makes a different process, not like a normal process, because in that case, max to max, you might see 1% of the population in a town. Okay, so that's easy to maintain. But in real time, each and every user, hi, how are you? I'm good, bad. All those XYZ nonsense will be keep talking. So just think of the traffic, how much it goes. Okay, so that is the police. Those things it works in a tower based again, not satellite purely. Okay, so this is the differentiation you can understand. So this is the physical connection all the place, one tower to other tower. This is called microwave. Okay, via radio signals, purely via radio signals. Here in this place, for example, forest areas, we are not allowed to do it. That's the reason. You can see light of sight between one antenna to another antenna. It is definitely expected, but here it is not like that. Only wired connection. If wire is gone, then different case. So instead of connecting to the nearest tower, it connects to the opposite tower. Let's say one tower next to me within 1 kilometer. If I'm not able to connect to this, I will be connected to the next 2 kilometer away towers. That's it. Okay, and then so maybe you can imagine this is a hybrid structure. Here within a town, you can think like we are many people. So I may be connected from one tower here and also this one. If one tower is not available, then I will be going to this one. If this tower power is went down, then I will not go here. Instead I will reach to here. That's it. But maybe this tower is not 5G capable. In that case, here I was getting 5G. When it's jumped to other tower, so it will be giving only 4G, for example, or 3G, 2G. That depends. Okay. Here, one tower to other tower, you can notice here. Here, this is a microwave tower. Okay. This is also microwave tower. Within the city, I have the physical tower which is connected locally. But this is little difference. Okay. And then why can't we go for microwave everywhere instead of fiber optic? Because fiber optic is if it's an extremely high speed. Okay, whenever you go with microwave, as I was just trying to say earlier, it is a kind of a very limited. It's not like very low, but it is limited. And whenever rain happens or any other incident like cloud, even lightning, all those places, this is a problem. Okay, and it requires face to face. I mean, it's called of a line of sight that is required. Anyhow, under the ground it goes, we no need to bother. And here this fiber optic is definitely it's a more cost. Okay, but still people won't go for the microwave instead for this one, because people want more flexibility. Okay, that's the reason. Because even if you're watching this video or YouTube or somewhere, this definitely takes too much of data. It doesn't work with this microwave. Okay, it works, but it's too much of double of cost. It's just like we think like a economic fact. So only this is using in the sake of remote terrain areas and all. There's definitely urban or city areas. It is never using the microwave. Instead, my fiber optic only. Still, whoever is using, they are the one like police or those are the one. But for them, it's a different network. Don't mix up this one police walkie-talkie with the normal phones. Okay. Now coming to the satellite, this is the important stuff. When I'm talking with tower, okay, it is easily connected. What we have normal phones, all are normal towers. When I'm trying to connect to satellite, each and everything it goes to like 1 or 2 seconds up to that time. So that is not necessary for everybody, and the device cost also too high. You must be knowing one simple basic satellite connected device starts from 30,000 rupees in India. I mean Indian price, and that is not allowed to use by everybody because it's kind of a difficult to track. It's not like a normal standard. That's it. That's why in India or anywhere, if you are about to take a satellite phone, it requires a special permission, and they will be having a different ledger to maintain that. Okay, it's a different stuff. You don't think like satellite is always connected. Yes, satellite, we are dependent on it. That is called GPS. I'll come to that. Before that, I wanna give you just simple concept. This is a microwave. All these things. Sorry, police walkie-talkie. These are the ones, right? So these are the one off duplex, simplex. These are the concept I was just telling. So this is the. I mean, off duplex means if one person talks, everybody listens. That's how here in this off duplex. Okay, two-way communication, but it's kind of a not a comfortable. But in the normal mobile phones, all these things, if you one talks, other listens, just like a one-to-one, face-to-face. Okay, so now physics of spectrum. Okay, this is a very important stuff. Here, the frequency and all it matters. What is that frequency? Maybe I should explain you with this, otherwise you will not understand. Whatever we are having the radios, the basic radio I'm talking, nothing like high level. That radio is in the range of this one, 10 hertz to 1 hertz. That's it. Okay, that is a normal one. Mega frequency, ultra high frequency. So our mobile starts from this VHF or UHF, whatever I can say. It starts from maybe if you're having older device, this range. Otherwise, everything is in UHF. It means it's in a very high speed data transfer. Let's say if you're sitting one person next to another person to transfer a Bluetooth file, then it goes in this range, 3 gigahertz, sorry, 3000 gigahertz. Okay. So here, this is the range of UHF. Okay, so why this matters? This is where the network band everything happens. So in this range, we can't connect it to the satellite. This range is very high, and two-way communication doesn't happen in that way. Okay, satellite. So now I will come to the back. So one of the important stuff, satellite. Maybe I'll tell you when we will be using still. Till now, I never connected with satellite. That's the clear things. Still, till now, this point, we are always interacting with one tower. It could be police walkie-talkie, or it could be this one. Police walkie-talkie also on tower. Okay. So police walkie-talkie, when it connects to satellite, yes, it's a very exceptional cases. For example, this Naxalites or forest encountering areas at that place, they can connect it with satellites. That's it. Okay. Otherwise, if you're a special person like prime minister or those kind of situations. Okay. So now let me come to a one of the important fact. Usually, the reason for this video I'm making is this is a specific reason. Many people are asking this confusion. Let's say I'm about to buy a new phone. Instead of buying it in a new phone in India, why can't I buy it from China or Malaysia where it's for cheaper price? Or my phone supports only Jio 5G, not Airtel 5G. Why this? All these things. The reason is, as I was just telling, we are having the network bands. Okay, government is allocating each. You might be knowing the 2G spectrum bidding, the corruption, all those things in India since probably 10, 15 years. It's been keep running. That's a different topic. So the same spectrum is the important one. Geo 5G in India, 4G, 3G, it's a different topic. I'm just giving you with an example of 5G. Okay. Geo 5G supports, you might have seen True 5G, the name 5G Plus. That these are all a fancy names, but the reason behind that is different actually. I will tell you. When you say 5G Plus, oh, it's something extra. When you say True 5G, again you will say something extra. But what is the difference between these two? You don't understand. That is the reason I'm making here. Geo 5G, it works in the band of 7 megahertz, 3500 megahertz, and 26 gigahertz. Okay, you should note down 700, 3500, and 26. Whereas Airtel works on 3500, 2100, and 26 gigahertz. This 26 gigahertz you don't consider. This is for the, what do you say, like this microwave. Okay, for the tower to tower, sorry, hill to hill station. So now you consider only this one, this first two, primary 5G and supplementary bands. And here you can say it starts from 700 and then goes to 3500, two band, N28 and N78. Similarly here N1, N3, N8 and N78. Now let me jump back to this. Here this is the range. Okay. Now I should go through one of the examples. So you must be trying to see some of the phone. Let's say you are about to get this phone, Google Pixel 7, for example, or any other device like I was just looking for one device. So earlier days they used to mention bands. Uh, yes, you must be having a N1, N41. You can see here N28 and N78. These are the only two useful bands. I mean, if you take this device to different country, if that country is having this band, then your phone 5G works in that country. Otherwise, it's of no use. You will be like non 5G mode. Okay, that's the beauty of it. So maybe another one. Yeah, you can see here 25352 2655. This is the band they are giving. So here I was just saying like 100 to 3000 I'm giving. Okay, so 100 to 3000 means 25352 to 2655, only that much band. So that is where this band matters. Okay, so now why Geo is giving 700? You might think. So this is the one reason. Maybe here I'm trying to give focuses on 700 megahertz to offer excellent indoor coverage. This is why if you are working in a like underground places or that places, Airtel won't work. So in that case, Geo is suitable. It depends upon your condition. Okay, and Airtel is good in terms of rural areas, few areas, remote, not underground. Rural areas, Airtel is good. This is the reason why phone supports only one, not others. And if two users having two device, let's say I'm having a Samsung, other having Samsung, I am also having iPhone, let's say one model, another person having iPhone other model, but both are having same network, but still I feel different value response. The reason is this only, as my phone may not be supporting all the bands. As you can see here, the bands matters for every phones. Okay, so do you think in realistically we have to check for each and everything? No, but still, if your purpose is like, if you wanted to go for underground, like you're working under a any parking lot, that kind of centers, data centers and all, then you can take a chance of this Geo. If you are working in a remote areas, then Airtel. So that's how you can just choose. This is with respect to within country two networks. And also next, the related concept. If you are getting a cheap device from different country, Malaysia, China, and if you go for it, you will get a lot of devices for lesser cost. What happens is that particular devices, that particular country related versions they will be launching. Many of the phone models, it will be across the globe. Let's say iPhone 12, for example. Across the globe, they launch it, but the network bands are differs. I'm just trying to give you an example. In India, maybe it is N78 and N28, but maybe in China, it is different. We can see here, India and primarily dependent on in this one N77, 78, 79. If you take any device which is from China, that doesn't be that can't be used with in Indian N28. If you take a China device in India, this Geo True 5G indoor doesn't work. If other person is having another same Samsung model from India instead of China, that is having N28 supports. So obviously that user will be getting good support. If you go and keep asking the customer care or somebody or if any of the technical person, he may not be able to answer it. That's why you should be very specific in terms of this concept, network bands. Now, radio bands, very high frequency and ultra high frequency. I was just talking. So it means what's in this way. Technical concept, don't worry. You just try to deep dive if you need it. Okay. I don't want to spend much on that. Line of sight means one tower to other tower. It expects building penetration. I mean, within a building, why it can't go? The reason is this only, nothing else. And then many says, hey, I'm having full bars. Why I'm not getting facility? Because that bars do not guarantee internet speed, to be frank. Okay. Additionally, many other factors, it matters. These are the one common basic things. Now, same thing. Let's say one urban person within a building is a different way, rural is a different because the tower is different. If we say, hey, in my phone in Bangalore it works good, my phone in Chennai it is not working good. The reason is not the city, it is a tower which you are nearby and what your service you are getting, tower. These are the facts. Okay, now coming to the fact of satellite. When it is required, let's say this were over the working like military people or police, so they will be allowed to use the network satellite phones for a specific purpose. So the callers also obviously not satellite users only, not like normal users. Yes, few are allowed, but that makes your phone to satellite connected and then to some local data center, then to the user. So that's why we might have here in the movies and all. Satellite phones is not trackable. Yes, because that is working in a different mode. That satellite may be having a different private satellite. Okay, it is for some specific purpose. Now coming to the fact, let's say 112 or 911. Whenever you are in a disaster, like any other earthquake or anything kind of tsunami, all those things, and that time you are not supposed to gone through all those earlier 12 steps of network coverage. Instead, what happens whenever you hit your phone 112, when that 112 or 911, all those things are coded in your device itself such a way, even if your network provider is not available, it will be trying to connect with other network provider, and they also won't restrict in the time of 112 or 911. They will directly allow you to connect because these are the extremely for the emergency purpose. So don't misuse that. Use it for a good sake whenever any emergency happens. Now, this is called all physicality of the invisible world. Okay, so across the tower, you might have seen this generator. So many facts. Still, I have heard many facts. Like many people are damaging these towers. These are really highly technical system and very expensive. Okay, they take too much of time. And here this impacts location of the surrounding area, and that's a different topic. Okay, I don't want to mix that here. Now, here I was just telling you about the complexity. How it happens is the physics first thing. I mean, navigating from one tower to other tower over the science it works, and hardware, the connecting one to other one over the wire, and the logic. Whenever it is trying to connect, is the person is having money, account is allowed to do it. All those factors executes. It executes in some 7 layers, application presentation session, some kind of a 7 layers of network. Okay. No worries. Now the important stuff. Let's say this is my navigation in your mobile whenever you're trying to see. You will be keep each and every moment you will be keep saying like, hey, I'm here, each and everything. This is not happens by any magic. Instead, yes, your device is the main key player, no doubt. Okay. Your device is the one it identifies all this location with a contract of multiple satellites. Okay. Here is your device is connecting to satellite. It's not like connecting, I should say it is a receiving. Okay, what is that? That is called GPS, Global Positioning System. This is the one which is how it works is maybe this is the one which is by NASA. Across the globe, there are actually not 24, it is 28 satellites usually. Okay, for any place, 3 satellite it requires. It means, let's say, when your device, you may be in any rural area, anywhere across the globe, satellites can reach almost every part of the world usually. Okay, different satellites, not like US satellite in India. Okay, our Earth is keep rotating. Similarly, satellite also running. At that point of time, it will be keep just imagine like a sprinkler. It will be keep sending the signals to always all the satellites. Whenever my device, it could be mobile or any device, that physical device with the GPS facility, it receives that from the servers, the satellites. Based on that combination, you can just think like it with this three. Let's say here I'm connecting with three, four, five, 6 satellites, but out of which three are good. Wherever it is centralized at one point, at that time it calculates with some physics and maths. It's a pure maths and physics calculation. That's it. Okay, so based on that, I mean, whichever is the satellite, one is the nearest one, two is a little away. It's called a time speed of light. Based on that, it matters because Earth is running. It's not like in terms of kilometers, in terms of a speed of light. I mean, from satellite when it is sent to device, based on that, it calculates the GPS of the position of the device. For that, it is not necessary of your SIM card. It is a physical hardware of your device and connecting to satellite. That value will be that count every moment it will be keep calculating in your device, and that will be sending to your mobile. Let's say you are having an Android phone, your Google Map or your iPhone map. These satellites are owned by NASA all over the world, no doubt. Nowadays, you might have heard India is building its own GPS system. That's a different topic. Okay, this is the one concept. Okay, it's with multiple satellite. It formats. It is just a receiver of satellite. It is not sending anything. Whenever you need to send something to the satellite. It requires too much of technology and physical device. Normal devices are not capable of that. Okay, so does NASA run GPS? No, actually. NASA works on space navigation technology. The first point. There is a global positioning system is owned by U.S. government and operated by U.S. Air Force across the globe. That's why when you see in any movies, U.S. military is coming to everywhere easily because they have the full control. That's it. Even in India, even maybe in even Pakistan, that's a different concept. Keep it. Usually six satellites it's expecting, but even with three satellites, it works actually in your device. It's for Android, iPhone, yes, everything. This is a GPS is a concept on that device. Even it is satellite, yes, GPS is a separate piece. Don't mix up that with all other things. Okay. And I was just saying, for that GPS, you no need of internet, no need of SIM card. Okay, it's free. US government is giving it for free for the world. In the return, they are getting it. You might be knowing Google Map was running for free of cost, but for a long period, 15, 20 years. But now they are earning in hundreds of times from Ola, Uber, all those things. That's it. That's the brilliancy of business. Keep it. So you might notice here one of the important point. GPS might not work in deep caves or in dense thick forests because yes, satellite signals has to reach. That's it. If you're able to reach, that's it. Just like a sunlight, you can imagine, but more than sunlight, because sunlight light can't penetrate the walls, but the signals, satellite signals can be. Okay, this is the whole concept of whole you can say like master blueprint of how the signal works, duplex, off duplex, all these things. Okay, so whenever you're making a next time phone call, you just remember this is the whole flow it happens. You can see here, this is a globe. So multiple towers are connected across the world. So and also each and everything is physically connected, and very rare areas it is wireless connected. And again, GPS satellites purpose is that one. So if your device is not giving proper GPS position, it means your location is having you are under a cave or downstage. That is why GPS is not working. Satellite tower is that is a different case. If you are in a crowded area, then your network congestion. Multiple fact it comes. Okay, this is for the sake of only for good technology purpose, knowledge purpose, not for like any business. I'm not a Geo promoter, I'm not a Airtel promoter or anything. So I will be keep sharing these kind of things very rarely. No need of subscribing to this channel because I don't always share everything. Very few, whichever I feel. If you feel needed something, you can just add the comment here. If there is a correction required here, please let me know. I'm happy to correct it. Thank you. Keep sharing, keep smiling.